Hi there guys, it's the Arty Gamer back again for another video in our channel. Of course, grab your teas, grab your coffees and maybe a little bit of food. And let's do this. Right then guys, and you know how this works. Let's take a sip of black coffee before we begin today's show. Join me, you know how this works. Beautiful, and of course going on my Crash Bandicoot case there. And yes guys, if you're new around here and you are into gaming retrospectives, complete unbox experiences, art and graphic design, and of course a whole load of nostalgia, then yes, you are so in the right place here. So definitely consider giving this channel a subscribe and a like to the video if you haven't already. And yes guys, if you can handle the Artsy Gamers mess and madness and of course a lot of chaos at that, then definitely consider popping on your notification bell. How to buy Tails there. Well, I hope we had a good time joining me for my Let's Draw and Let's Colour over the weekend. We actually started to draw our 1,000 subscriber art piece giveaway. I've actually decided to draw this really awesome GTA inspired box art and actually popping in some of our gaming classics like Sonic the Hedgehog, which we drew yesterday. I would like to add Crash Bandicoot, maybe Spyro, maybe a Ratchet dotted around here and there in the iconic box art of GTA. And in the middle, we're going to have 1,000 subscriber art piece winner, something like that, with Artsy Gamer just across the base. And I think it's going to look really well. And I think it will just sum up the really awesome kind of community that I have built this last year. And yeah, it's just to say a massive thank you as well. Of course, those videos are live on my channel, so definitely check them out. And just as we're here on the topic of art, my giveaway is also live now as well. You could stand a chance of winning a horsey piece. Just throughout this week, I will likely just keep reminding people to go over there and enter if they would like to have their name in one of my bucket hats on Friday, this Friday, where I'll pop all the names who have entered and I'll give it a little bit of a rummage round and I will reveal the winner of that horsey piece. Anyway, well, sticking with kind of that Crash Bandicoot, Sonic vibe that we drew yesterday. God, I love a bit of Crash Bandicoot, but no, Sonic today. I really did like this manual that was involved with this. I have done a complete unboxed experience of this on the channel, and this manual is really great because it actually gives you the box art of every single Sonic the Hedgehog game that is in this collection. It is really nice. Unfortunately, it's not in color, it is in black and white, but you still do get a great understanding of what those beautiful box arts were back in the day. You can almost feel the nostalgia oozing out of those lovely pictures there. But what I didn't realize actually when I was just flicking through the manual to find our character model to help us draw our art piece over the weekend is that they do actually have little subtle stories just on the front of each box art. And I thought, you know what, this will be a great one to start our week for, of course, our story time that we do here on Mondays with the Artsy Gamer. Because yes, a lot of our manuals that we do have in my collection have some really lovely, compelling storylines to actually read and obviously capture and I would say hold in our hearts. And it is kind of like my duty now to just share it all with you guys and maybe some younger viewers as well, because of course writing is an art form in itself and I love to look at the art and graphic design, but it is also really nice to actually have a look at the lovely writing that has gone into some of these manuals and of course the storytelling that has gone into some of these games. Now, yeah, here we go. In a minute we are going to get set up in the art studio just so I can provide a little bit of better lighting over this fantastic manual. And yeah, I'm going to actually stop off and first of all have a quick look at the box art, obviously, and then read a lovely piece from the box art itself. So yeah, that's what we're going to do today. Well, of course, grab your teas and coffees, guys, and yeah, we'll go and get set up over there, ready for story time. You know how this works. Okay, then so here we are set up in the art studio, and we're going to be taking a little bit of a flick through this awesome manual here that is involved with Sonic Mega Collection Plus on the PlayStation 2. Okay, then, so of course, I have done a complete unbox experience of this, guy, so definitely check out that video if you haven't already. I do believe it was one of my very earlier videos on the channel, so, it probably isn't to the same artsy gamer standard that we have today, but I'm sure it was very chaotic. But yeah, it is the artsy gamer, it's rough and ready, so if you do want a lot of roughness, then yeah, definitely check out that video. Of course, we will just take a quick look at the front here. Absolutely. Yeah, I really do love this box art. I think this is absolutely fantastic, isn't it? The colours are shining, the lovely highlights around the eyes and the body throughout all the characters there. And you're just going to have a great time, don't you, when you see Sonic the Hedgehog giving it the eye down the camera there. So yeah, of course, there is the spine. And here is the back. This was not a CEX pickup, as you can tell by the sticker there. I haven't taken it off. This was actually from a gaming convention in Wales, Cardiff, that I went to. And to be honest, I didn't actually pick up too much from that convention, but this just stood out to me. And I thought, yeah, I want this because there are some really awesome games in this collection here. So yeah, that's exactly why I had to pick it up. Of course, here we go. There is the back as well. Nicely displayed and a really awesome character model of Sonic there.
Yeah, old school cool.
That's pretty cool.
Okay, then, so yeah, here we go. Let's open it up. Here's the disc, and there is the manual. And we're not going to stop at every box art. Gosh, I can't even get my words out there. What the hell did I just say there, guys? I think it's a cup of coffee. If you can't tell, guys, I'm actually not feeling that well. I've got a very hoarse voice at the moment. I have got a bit of a cold, so do excuse me. And that's probably why my words are going to be messing up even more today, guys. So yeah, you just got to bear with me today. Very rough and ready video. Beautiful. Okay. Lovely. So I think I was trying to say we're not going to stop off at every box art to read, but I will show you every box art that is involved with this manual. And then, yeah, I'll just kind of show you the ones that we will stop off just to take a little quick read. Okay, then, so here we go. This is a fantastic manual. I really love it. And so much so that this has really inspired me to draw a lot of things here on the Artsy Gamer. This manual actually really inspired me to do all of my buttons that you see when I show, like, subscribe, notification bell, etc. This manual really did help me out. And of course, I've got all those videos on the channel as well. So if you are new around here, go back, have a look at where all my art stuff originated from. Yeah, getting on for nearly a year ago now. I haven't been on YouTube for that long, but it does feel quite a while, actually. But yeah, here we go. This is definitely one that we'll be reading this morning. So we've got Sonic the Hedgehog, the absolute classic box art here. Really nice. And guys, wouldn't it have it slapped if it was in colour here? I tell you what, maybe they have done a full colour manual here, and I'm just sitting on the one that was black and white because I just think it's such a missed opportunity. I mean, I could be completely wrong there. I am just saying that quite flippantly, but I know sometimes games kind of like have a basic version and then they have maybe more of a premium tier version. So, there could have been a manual here that was full color because like it's just like screaming to be in color, isn't it? So I don't know. But anyway, there we go. Or different versions. Maybe PC got a really nice version here if it was on PC, but that kind of understanding. But this is definitely one that we'll be reading here. And yeah, if you just look, there's just a little short bit of text just at the bottom of the box art here, just to kind of, yeah, like I often like to say, whet the appetite of the gamer. So yeah, this is really nice here. And I think that is just absolutely classic, isn't it? Okay, just moving on. And this is the Sonic that we just drew over the weekend. And this is what I like about this manual as well. It has some really nice, clear, visible character models to, for you to just have a look at or go ahead and draw, which is really great. Okay, and yeah, this one's pretty nice. I think we'll be reading this one as well. Sonic the Hedgehog 2. And we've got Tails there this time as well. Oh, and yeah, look at that Dr. Robotnik stealing that too there. So I think this is a really awesome box art as well. And it is the same kind of format within this manual. You get the box art and then you get a small bit of text at the bottom there. So I'm probably thinking maybe we read 3 to 4, something like that, because the text isn't too long. And it just gives you all lovely bits of information about the game itself. And yeah, look at this one as well, Sonic the Hedgehog 3 there. Oh, really nice. Lots of jungle in that, lots of forest. Yeah, lots of foliage in that one. That one's really cool there, isn't it? Oh, brilliant. And that was on the Mega Drive. Look, yeah, it tells you kind of the consoles that they came out on, which was lovely. Okay, and what have we got next? Hey, now this one's a little bland. I'm not massively a fan of this one. I think they could have done a lot better here for Sonic and Knuckles. It is almost just like a logo there rather than a really nice box art as such. But nevertheless, it's there. I probably won't bother reading this one, but you know, it's nice to see that. And of course, yeah, so this character here helped me draw my notification button that you see at the start of my videos. Yeah, just really lovely. And I think I put the sub now just where his arms were. So it really was the head that I used there. And again here, Sonic 3D. Again, I'm not a massive lover of this box art either. I think it's actually a bit gross, if I'm honest with you. It's just kind of like Sonic the Hedgehog's massive head. Uh, Giving it that 3D look, obviously, because that's the idea of it. It's really trying to show you now that this thing is going to be 3D, and they've really kind of, I would say, over exaggerated a 3D model here of his head, but I just don't think it works, in my opinion. Okay then, and flicking through. Yes, now this one's really cool. Now this is a bit more me. Sonic Spinball. Oh, absolutely top notch here. And I think I did have this maybe on the Game Boy. Did this come out on the Game Boy? Did they have a Mega Drive and a Game Boy version? I could be wrong, but I do remember having some sort of Sonic pinball game. But anyway, this box art is absolutely beautiful. Yeah, really nice. And I think we might read this one actually. I do like the look of this one. I think I'm more drawn towards if they got a nice box art, then that's the box that we're going to read today. So yeah. Okay, just flicking through there, and I think we are nearing the end, and we've got this one here as well. Whoa, okay. Dr. Robotnik. Wow, Mean Bean Machine. That's a really cool one as well, actually. There's a lot going on in there, isn't there? Yeah, wow, okay, spot on. And is there anything? There may be a few more. It's quite a thick manual, actually. I feel like there might be a few more here, actually. We will just stop off at every page. I know, and I think we are going into some basic controls there. And oh, good job we did flick to the back there. Look at that tails. Wow, yeah, really, really beautiful. Wouldn't have hit in color, I'm telling you. And yeah, is that it? Is that it? Yeah, just some blank pages now, potentially notes, credits maybe. Yeah, credits, notes page, etc. Yeah, really, really awesome. Anything on the back there? Ah, yes, that's nice. I love that. Hey, that's really cool. Yeah, advertising Sonic Heroes, another fantastic Sonic game, actually. Lots of fond memories, playing Sonic Heroes. Yeah, okay. So let's just go back to the beginning here, and I would love to read you a piece, actually, from this manual. And I would love to read the classic one here to start with. Yeah, we've got to, haven't we? So let's just take a sip of coffee, guys. And you know what I'm going to say here. Just, I think that's a bit of pencil debris there from drawing over the weekend.
Sit back, relax, little children. Let's get you ready for the starting week. I'm going to have a sip of coffee again.
Beautiful.
Okay, and yes, we're going to read this little piece here. So yeah, here we go. So Dr. Robotnik, or aka Dr. Eggman, the mad scientist, is snatching innocent animals and turning them into evil robots. Help out our hero to fight enemies, rescue the helpless animals, and stop Dr. Robotnik from succeeding with his evil plot. Oh, wow, yeah. I think that's just great, isn't it? And a nice, simple storyline, I would say, for that one. I think as we delve into more of the Sonics, I think the storylines become a little bit more complex. And that's when I think I start to fall off the understanding of where the stories are going. But this first classic one here, you can't go wrong. Basically, Dr. Robotnik has just got this evil plan where he's stealing all these animals, popping them in this kind of like big, horrible machine, turning them all into robots, but Sonic Sonic the Hedgehog has just got to help rescue those animals and stop Dr. Robotnik from doing that evil plot there. So yeah, I really do like that. Okay, let's have a little look at our next one. Now, I think I would like to just flick straight on to, yeah, Sonic 2 here, because I think there's a really nice piece of text here, and I actually really do like the box art. I actually really don't mind that. It is simplistic, but I quite like that, you know, there's going to be another evil boss fight with Dr. Robotnik stealing that 2 there, and, you know, the introduction to Tails there, or Miles, shall we say. You know, I do really like that, and I love how the 2 is almost kind of verging on one of the loop-the-loops that Sonic will be looping around in. So yeah, okay, here we go then. Dr. Robotnik has returned, again bent on world domination. Sonic and his sidekick Miles, Tails, power the Fox as they try to stop the determined scientist from discovering the Chaos Emeralds and completing his ultimate weapon, the Death Egg. Oh my word, okay, yeah, so I love the introduction there of Tails. I think that's really cool, and I do like how, you know, it's just a subtle hint there that Tails is just actually, I think, his nickname there, but yeah, his sidekick Miles, so that's really cool, and yeah, he's a lovely little fox, isn't he, flying around with his tails, so yeah, really, really lovely. I love that box art. Okay, so let's move on. And I wouldn't mind reading this one as well, because again, you know, I'm very drawn to the box art here. I think that is really, really great. And again, it's just a lovely kind of, yeah, compelling little story just to bring you into the game, ready to go. And like I often say, it is definitely an art form in itself, isn't it? Story writing. And I would say this is actually very hard to do, to just try and capture a whole game in such a very small piece of text. So yeah, a lot of work has probably gone into this. You know, all the developers thinking, right, how are we going to word this? How are we going to create such a lovely scene, such a compelling scene to draw that gamer in? So yeah, here we go. So, okay, here we go. Dr. Robotnik's Death Egg has lost its ability to fly after crash landing on Floating Island, and only the power of the Chaos Emeralds can repair his ship. To obtain these, he tricks their guardians Knuckles, the Enkenda, convincing him that Sonic and Tails are really his enemies. Oh my word, I think I did pronounce that wrong there. But anyway, yeah, wow, you know, Knuckles now, introducing Knuckles, like, yeah, this is just really cool, you know, coming from that first one there, then all the way to the third one now, introducing all of these characters. It's just great, isn't it? As a gamer, you're like, oh my god, well, okay, I've got to go and play the next one now. What other characters are they going to be introducing to me? You know, come on, let's go. And again, I think they've done really, really well there to just actually get a lot of information there, gripping at that to just, yeah, entice that person to pick up the game. So yeah, another really nice, well-rounded piece of text there. Okay, let's move on then. And I wasn't a fan of the 3D one. I think that is next. Oh yeah, that's Sonic and Knuckles there. Then I think it's the 3D one. Not a massive fan. Yeah, there it is. Now the spin ball is pretty cool. I do like the spin ball one here. Shall we give this a go? The deranged scientist, Dr. Robotnik, is once again turning the animals of Mobius into robots using his monstrous contraption, the Veg-O Fortress. Only Sonic can penetrate the pinball defense system, free the animals, collect the emeralds, and put a stop to this fiendish plan. Okay, and again, another great little story there, a great little box art to go with it. Absolutely fantastic. Yeah, what an absolute win, in my opinion. Okay, then, so let's just move on, and maybe we'll just do one more. Yeah, I really do like this one, actually, and this one's a little bit different, isn't it? So this is just kind of like Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine. So is this a little bit of a side spin-off game? Probably so, considering Sonic isn't in the name here. So yeah, I would love to give this a read now. Yeah, absolutely. Dr. Robotnik is changing the jolly folk of Beanville into devious little robots that will help rid Planet Mobius of music and fun forever. Group the beans together to help them escape while working your way up to the henchbots. Oh, okay, and yeah, I do think that is actually more of a side game, maybe a little bit of a spin-off there, because yeah, you're kind of like grouping beans together and stuff like that. But yeah, there we go. Very, very awesome little bit of text there. And again, I would say very, very gripping to pull that gamer in. Right then, well, yeah, I would say that is about it for today's video. We had some really, yeah, lovely pieces there that we've just had a bit of a read through. And guys, yeah, honestly, I would say if you are actually getting into graphic design and art and drawing gaming characters, then this is a great pickup, not only for your game, for your PlayStation 2, you can have some really fun times actually playing through all of these games here, but also, you know, they can really help inspire some of your art with the fantastic, like kind of like individual character models here. Yeah, you know, nothing too busy. It's all like worked in really well, actually, on like a white background. Where's that lovely thing of Tails gone? You know, like nothing to distract you. You can really just get the basic understanding and the, you know, the lines, where to go, the shading. Yeah, it's a really, really lovely piece. So again, you know, I would recommend with that regard as well. But yeah, there we go, guys. I hope you enjoyed that today. Let's go and wrap up in the main studio. Right then, guys, well, there we go. That was my little story time of Sonic the Hedgehog Mega Collection for the PlayStation 2. I just thought I had to share it with you guys today because, like I said, I didn't realise there was some really lovely little bits of story writing involved with the fantastic box art that are seen throughout this manual. And of course, it did tie in really nicely with the weekend videos. Well then, guys, that is pretty much it for me today. I hope you enjoyed that video, and I know some people like to watch it to get them ready for the week, or people like to watch it before bed, so there we go. You might have a bedtime story set for you as well there for today. And of course, I'll catch you in tomorrow's TikTok Live and YouTube video. That is me, the Arty Gamer, over and out.